Now, I'm reporting in on June 2nd, 2009 from beautiful Prague on top of Castle Hill. Here's my local expert Petra, who's going to tell us a little bit what this building is here.
Okay, so welcome to the Hradcani Square, which is the main square in front of the entrance to the Prague castle. And there are a lot of palaces of noblemen who wanted to be at their period the closest to the king as possible. So they settled here, built their beautiful palaces. It started with some Renaissance architecture you may see on the other side, which is, I mean, this is a typical style for the Czech Renaissance. It's a kind of mixture brought from Italy, and what's typical for that is this facade covered by this white and black paint. But it's not exactly paint, it's a technique which you may encounter in North Italy. It's called sgraffito.
Sgraffito.
So it's two levels which are graded to each other. So you paint it black, you paint it white, and then you grade it to get back to the black surface. So it's very typical for the Czech Renaissance. There are many more Baroque palaces in this area, and they belong among the most beautiful ones in Prague. And in the middle of the square you have this statue of Virgin Mary, the Virgin Immaculata. She's stepping on a serpent. You probably see it from here. And the statue is of course surrounded by the patrons of Bohemia, like for example St.Wenceslav, St. Adalbert. Of course, at that time already St. John of Nepomuc and many others. Actually, these columns were built in the 18th century. Places where at the time were the provisory altars, which were built here because of the Black Death or pest epidemics. And the people prayed here so that the epidemic ends, and after the epidemic really go to the end, they have built these columns to thank God for saving their lives. And on the left-hand side we can already see it now. The White Palace is the palace of the Archbishop of Prague. Prague has had an archbishop since the 14th century, and the palace still serves its use these days. And then we are already approaching to the main entrance of the Prague castle.
Now, what is this big green sculpture, or what is this right here?
Well, the thing right here is a lantern.
It's a lantern.
It's a lantern. It's a typical one from the 19th century when Prague became the really modern city. And I mean, if you look at it precisely, it was really interesting. And of course, the first substance used for heating was gas. And after that, in the 60s, lanterns has been remade to electricity. But these days, we are turning them back into gas. Because it's from time to time cheaper. And it has
these are gas lights now.
These are gas ones, and the other are electricity ones.
Oh, so these ones over there.
Have been recently reconstructed, so they made it into gas.
Okay, cool. Thank you.